beware of media reps wearing digital clothing. Here's what I mean by that. We work with about 48 locations throughout the United States. We have about $60 million in total revenues under management. Within that, we help manage about $12 million a year worth of advertising to help perpetuate that $60+ million in revenue. And what we have found is that local media reps like to show up, the traditional media reps, newspaper, radio, and television, they like to show up at your front door dressed in digital clothing. They like to tell you that all of a sudden, what was a 200-year-old industry or a 100-year-old industry or even a 75-year-old industry is now all of a sudden part of the digital age. And by far, we have found the least educated people to be the frontline individuals trying to sell you that digital space, that digital time and advertising. Now, it's a great bargain in most cases, but there's a very specific way to do it. So you may have someone from your local newspaper that comes to you and says, hey, I know you've been running these newspaper ads, and you really need to have some digital on top of that, where, let's face it, a year ago or 3 years ago, they were telling you, no, everybody's reading the newspaper, or everyone's watching TV, or everyone's listening to the radio, and now they're pushing digital. But what they don't know, they are completely ignorant, is how to make a digital buy for the weight loss industry. And I'm going to give you some very specific elements or principles, and these are for free. There are certain weeks of the year you absolutely do not want your digital ads being served up. It's a colossal waste of time. All you're doing is lining the pockets of that media rep and his company. There are specific days that your digital media should be running, and only on those days, and the other 3 or 4 days out of the week are a colossal waste. You might as well just burn the money in your parking lot. The other element is you need to change things on the fly, and you should not be charged for it when you go to make those changes. And you need to have some sort of guarantee of impressions. Now, we work with all of our clients where we help manage that function in that regard. We take care of it. We advocate on their behalf. We also know that it's none of the newspaper's business. It's none of the radio's business. It's none of the cable or the television station's business as to why we want to do these things. I just saw an email that I was copied on from someone on my staff, from a media rep, who insisted on knowing the answers as to why we wanted to make these buys in a certain way. Well, tell you what, after you've been doing this as long as we have, and you've created millions and millions and millions of dollars in revenues like we have, you can ask all the questions you want. Otherwise, on behalf of our clients, we're not going to educate you, Mr. or Mrs. Newspaper, so you can go running off to another weight loss company and tell them how great this is working and why. So if you would like some competitive edge or some competitive advantage in your market when it comes to digital marketing and advertising, and you'd like some assistance, some counsel, some guidance, heck, we'll even manage it for you. And like I said, we don't charge a media buying fee for any of that. We do a flat fee, and we not only do that, but provide you with all the other operational assistance you could possibly need. If you'd like that kind of guidance, that kind of leadership to really drive the top line and maximize the bottom line, click us or call us.